was watching this 6ix9ine Say Cheese interview, and it really reminded me why 6ix9ine had to go.
Right.
Why 6ix9ine, his presence, his music had to go. A lot of people think that 6ix9ine fell off because of the snitching situation. He didn't, right? Like, I think 6ix9ine got more support after he snitched. I personally like 6ix9ine more and supported him more after he snitched. I think him snitching sends a positive message to our community, bro, right? That telling and holding people accountable is good, right? It's not a bad thing. This interview really put into perspective why 6ix9ine had to go. His lack of respect for black culture or hip hop in general is infuriating.
When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll sit here and be like, yo, Sean, you know what? All right, bro, you got me. Like, I'm wrong. I'm not gonna say and beat around the bush. I talk facts, bro. Why you think they treated me so different? Why? Because I'm loud. It's because I'm Spanish, bro.
This has to be a mental illness of some sort. This lack of accountability, the perpetual victimhood he wants to sit in, lacks a foundation of facts.
Really, you think so?
That's not true.
Why you think so? I don't ask me because I know why.
You are a black sheep in this business.
But
you
why?
are a black sheep. You're Mexican.
Y'all are sick, bro. To list him being Mexican as the reason he's a black sheep, and not the fact that he came into the game with nasty allegations involving an underage girl, the fact that he snitched, the fact that he dissed beloved dead rappers after they passed away, the fact that he beefed with rappers who are also really beloved, the fact that he trolled people in a position of power. Right. Those are not the reason. The reason is he's Mexican.
You're Mexican. You're
what
black
it is
sheep.
when a Mexican come in.
Black Mexicans don't really prosper and have longevity in rap.
This doesn't make sense whatsoever. Can y'all at least provide some supporting evidence if y'all are just gonna say things? So the black community in hip hop, we support every other Spanish community, but we hate Mexicans. How does that work? Like, what about
just
Mexicans who make us hate them? Like, it doesn't make sense whatsoever. They have to go with the Mexican angle, because if they went with the Spanish angle, their argument will fall apart at the very conception, because you could very easily point to major hip hop artists that are Spanish that are long lasting, like Fat Joe, Big Pun, Cardi B is like the second or maybe first biggest female rapper on the planet. So like this narrative that black people have something against like Spanish people and we hold it against them when it comes to hip hop, it's just wrong.
I can really say that. I think D-Baby, I don't know if you know.
And you gotta think Big Pun was at the round table with DMX and Cannabis rapping back and forth. Like, we never, Puerto Rican, Mexican, we don't care if you're a part of the culture and you can rap, you can rap. But this dude was dissing people. He had allegations with a little girl. He was a rat. It don't, better yet, you being Mexican, like you trying to change the narrative or something. And Sean Cotton, you know better than this, my boy. Come on, man.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, I know who D-Baby is.
He's growing. But outside of that, it's hard for Mexicans to
run
to get a national fan base.
Well, you know what? I did it.
They
hated it.
Your personal conflicts doesn't speak for all of hip hop. Who hated it? The individuals that you already had problems with.
It's not true.
Your massive success is a contradiction to you saying that black people or people in hip hop hated the fact that you dominated. If they hated it, you wouldn't be able to dominate.
Know what I mean?
And Kevin Gates is Puerto Rican. What are we talking about? On Kevin Gates' latest album, the R&B album, he has a hat on that says Puerto Rico or Puerto Rican, I think. Don't nobody care. We're gonna keep listening to him. I don't care.
Hey man, dominated. They hated it.
So let's keep it all the way real. Do you feel like, do you kind of have resentment towards black people?
No, hell no.
Not saying racist, but like,
nah.
Because do you feel like we're harder on you than anybody else?
Nah.
But that's literally what you're saying. That black people is harder on you because you're Mexican than anybody else.
Yeah, he tripping.
That's the literal thing that you are saying. What do you mean, nah? And somehow this conversation transitioned to his N-word usage.
In the business.
No. I'm just a realist. Like, you know how people hate to call it real. Like, I just say, yo, in the industry where I'm at in hip hop, black people don't want any other race to dominate. Like, it just is for them. It's like, for them, it's they just can't see another nigga dominating. Mm-hmm. That's why you don't got no Latino rappers in the, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have that.
This is where his argument falls apart completely. Once you include Latinos and Latinas, well, Cardi B is a Latina. Every New York drill rapper who is thriving is a Latino.
Right. What are you talking about?
Blacks and Latinos have worked together almost from the very beginning of hip hop. Black people has always been hospitable to other people in hip hop. For Christ's sakes, I think like Post Malone or Sam Smith won a BET award.
Yeah, like what are you talking about? You don't know who Petey Crack is? You know how many Latino rappers is in New York right now? You know how many Latino rappers is in North Philadelphia right now? What are you talking about? You're just saying anything.
A BET award. Lil Nas X had the biggest country song on earth. He couldn't even win a country award. They say you don't belong in our genre. Black folks don't behave that way. And if you're trying to reframe this, which is why I think it's very important, man, that Tariq Nasheed did that documentary where he's breaking down the history of hip hop and telling a real story, right? Black folks discovered this, and most elements it was discovered by us. Because once you allow people like 6ix9ine to retell the story of hip hop, they're gonna paint black people as vindictive, selfish, petty, racist, who didn't want any other race near them. When that's the first thing from the truth. As a matter of fact, we've been too hospitable, which is why the culture is currently in the state that it's currently in.
You know what I mean? But I don't give a I'm going to dominate wherever I go. It's me. It's that it is. It's me or you. And I'm going to win every time. Who the most talked about on the internet?
6ix9ine.
Hey, come on, man. I'm going to eat. I'm not taking food out of my family mouth. I'm going to eat, and I'm going to eat every single time. Is that me or you? Who? You're not going to work? Outwork me. Not going to outwork me.
I did some research on you the other day, and what comes up on Twitter a lot, it seems like fans don't like that you say so openly.
And this is what I said. I told Charlamagne, I said, who, like, and I told Charlamagne this. I said, you know how when go up to the interview and they try to, like, oh, yo, you said, remember what they did to Post Malone and all that shit? I told Charlamagne to his face, I said, who gonna stop me?
Who gonna stop me? And the ironic part about this, he's only able to talk like this because he had the back end of black street dudes who were defending him and being his muscle. Right. So he's disrespecting black people while at the same time saying that black people are going to defend his right to disrespect us.
I'm gonna keep being me. Born in Brooklyn, and that get me even mad why I'm saying I gotta where I'm from. Who gonna stop me? That's me. Who gonna stop me being me? Yeah. It's like me saying, where you born and raised at?
I'm born in Philly, but I grew up in Texas.
When you move to Texas?
Probably 98, 99.
You an Eagles fan?
Definitely.
I'm from Texas. Be like, yo, bro, you live in our state, bro. All that Eagles shit, get the fuck. You an Eagles fan? Out in, but you was born in Philly.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So who gonna take that from you?
This is not a new argument. I hear this argument from a lot of non-blacks when they defend their usage of the N-word. My only question is, why do y'all think being born or living around black folks is a birthright to say the N-word?
I'm not comparing the word to the Eagles.
Yeah, I get it.
But you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm born and raised and nobody look at it as racist, don't make it a race thing, bro.
I think it's because black people voice their frustration with it. And
they think they can manipulate people into feeling like they doing something wrong.
It's now manipulation that we don't want to be called a racial slur. And a lot of us take it as a racial slur when it comes out the mouth of a non-black. It's not manipulation, bro. We just don't want to be called a racial slur, right? It's abusive. Now, if you and your friend group, if black people is in your friend group and y'all have an understanding and that's how y'all communicate among yourselves, I can't dictate it. I wouldn't want to dictate it. I don't care to dictate it. But that should not be a pass or an excuse to why you now have to say it publicly to any and everybody who's black. You don't have to verbally abuse us publicly by putting it in your music, putting it in them interviews, and then dare us to comment, stop you from saying, you can just keep it among your friend group. You don't have to do that publicly, right? But when it comes to non-blacks, they feel like they're more entitled to the N-word than black people themselves. And they're willing to die and kill by that N-word, which we see right here. He's willing, to have harm do upon himself and him do upon harm to others before he stops saying the N-word. Why do y'all like that word so much?
That's why I said I'm gonna continue to say it and I'm gonna wait for that big bad wolf to stop me. Cause I'm not gonna stop being me for some politically correct thing. F out of here. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I think and I'm not the police either. Like I got Mexican friends that say more than me.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for the police.
No, you're not, bro. You're not waiting for the N-word police, man. Like, why do you want to antagonize us, man? Like, knowing you're not ready for whatever is going to come your way.
Right.
We see you're not ready, bro. You talk about how, one, you're not even allowed to have a gun. Two, your security is not even allowed to have a gun near you. Why are you trying to antagonize people to actually come and show you that they not soft?
Like, I'm waiting for the police to come.
And then like we remember what happened at the Planet Fitness in Florida. He almost got the life beat out of him with bare hands. Like, why are you acting tough? Like, why are you portraying this tough guy? Why not just be a streamer and get money? Like, why bring this negative energy to yourself? This is the part where people just look at you like an idiot.
I wear the Nick Police hat. I want a big black to come with a Nick Police shirt and be like, yo, I don't like you saying that, bro. You know what I mean? Who gonna stop me? And I think if Post Malone and all these people with a, you know, they fall under zero pressure. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's just here. It's just a thing. Where it's like, yo, would he bite it? Like, would he like if we throw the what's that shit called? The bait.
The bait.
Is he gonna? You know, people get uncomfortable. Not me, bro.
Mexican OT got a lot of backlash for that. He did an interview with multiple black women.
But he's not. He don't. That's what I'm saying. It's that thing. Like if he was just comfortable with him, and I don't know Mexican OT. I heard of his name. I don't know a song or nothing. I know he's Mexican, but if he would have just been comfortable with himself and said, yo, I'm going to say it, and it's giving an explanation, but for him, I'd be like, yo, it's part of the cultures, my culture, you know what I mean?
Mexican OT started off at 6ix9ine with the same sentiment, what y'all gonna do about it? Who gonna stop me? But afterwards, he realized that, yo, this ain't 2017 no more, bro. Like, black folks ain't going for that nonsense, bro. Like, you got to come with another game plan than that, bro. And if you plan on having a thriving musical career, it's probably best you don't ostracize your black audience. Like 6ix9ine would never have a thriving music career again. 6ix9ine best bet is to be a personality. As a personality, it's best you have this, you know, like this mentality, right? It's probably for the better if you have this personality right here to like, you know, to garner more controversy and to get paid to do more interviews. But if you're trying to have a musical career that's thriving, you probably don't want to go down the 6ix9ine route. And Mexican OT realized that quickly after he did.
I don't know. Like I can't give an explanation for him, but it's like, yo, we.
No, I mean, no. He basically said the same thing you said. He was like, "Who's gonna do something about it? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it." And us as black people, we like, damn, like.
Yeah, well, like as a black person, what you want us to say? How do you want us to answer that? I'm sorry.
No.
It's just the idea and thought of apologizing for offending and disrespecting black people makes this kid laugh hysterically.
It's not like
what you want us to say? Yo, I'm sorry,
it's
bro.
not like a I'm sorry thing.
No more.
It's just like,
yo,
damn,
when it's my camera,
go ahead.
I'm gonna give you the answer you want. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna say it no more. I'm f***ed up. Damn, I lost all my endorsements. I lost my bounty commercial. Sorry, I'm never gonna do it again. Out of here. You see how clown that shit is? I'm not doing that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Like, you from Philly, right? Mm-hmm. How many times you ever went to New York from Philly?
A lot of times.
A lot of times.
Every time I go to Philly, I probably drive up.
It's not me giving an explain nothing. How many times you go down there and you run into your homie and like, yo, what up? How many times?
Every time.
Not that person not being black. Yo, what's up, bro? Mm-hmm. How many times?
I got a lot of Hispanic friends that I say to.
Come on, bro. But people don't understand it, and we talk about it. It's normal, bro. Make it a norm. Like, you know what I mean? People bring it up the topic, like, we gonna back down and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
This should be a cautionary tale to hip hop. This is where being accepting and hospitable gets you, right? You know, you'll let any and everybody in. You'll treat them with respect and love, and you'll support them. And when they get what they want from out of you, they will talk about you as if you were the ones creating obstacles for them, as if you were like a barrier for like their success, as if you were a hater. Now, if they're gonna talk about us like a dog anyway, then shouldn't we just start moving like how the country awards move? Yo, people done call out the country awards every year. Oh, they racist, but they don't give a damn, bruh. I think like Shabuzi had like the #2 or #1 song in the world for like a year, and they still snubbed him.
And on that note, shout out my man, Poetic Flacco. It's your boy Jet Ski G, Mr. Late Night himself, and we back with another banger. Now, on this subject, sometimes I kind of do feel like we should move a little bit different with the culture, because now we see in country music, how many country music artists you see rapping over rap beats and they just getting busy on rap beats because of Post Malone and stuff like that. But starting with Post Malone, he started off in hip hop and he took the culture, and as soon as we started holding to some standards of hip hop, he went over So and only dealt with white people and act like he was just country and just never came back to hip hop, but he's still running off with our flows and all that stuff and running off with our culture. He's like the modern day Elvis right now. Like it's insane what he's doing. But also with the same way they do country music, is if somebody black comes in country music, we gotta call a spade a spade. It ain't come on. Like we gotta stop with the bullshit. They ain't letting it fly. You ain't winning no awards. You gonna have to pull teeth. They not with all that. Better yet, they'll come out and say, "Oh, you haven't been here long enough." It don't matter. We talking about country music awards for the last year. Who was the best artist? Who had the best songs for the last year? If it's somebody who's black, it's somebody who's black. But then we see with the culture, right? They'll take the culture, they'll run off with it, and they act like they never even was rocking with the culture. And I think that's very corny. I think that's mad corny. And if anything, we've let everybody into the culture almost. We accept Eminem like he one of ours. But shout out to Eminem because when his subjects about the black plight, he also speaks up. But then on the other side of Eminem, I always look at people like Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake, he started to come up, then he made a lot of his bones within the black community. He got so emboldened, he even started dressing up and moving and rocking out like Michael Jackson. Like he was Michael Jackson in some of them songs. And we let him rock because it was like, yo, we like Justin. You cool with us, bro. And then when a lot of them black plights started coming up and we started looking around at some of our white counterparts, they looked at Justin Timberlake and he stayed quiet. He been outside of the black community ever since. I just want y'all to pay attention to stuff like that. Like we letting people into the culture, but then when it's time to speak up for the culture or when it's time to be a part of the culture, they quiet. Everybody not going to be like Eminem. And shout out Eminem. Eminem is like not only one of the outliers and he's a part of the culture and he really is with us in the culture, but he's one of the parts of the culture that actually speaks up and vouches for the culture. And we don't get a lot of that. We mostly get Justin Timberlakes and we get Post Malones. So we got to be careful with the culture because we also dealing with the same people when it's their culture, but country music is still our culture, was stolen from us. When it's things that they control, they kicking us out of it. So, I am one of the black people that's more of caring and wanting to share with people, but just look at how those things kind of play out, and it's like you can't keep giving and giving and giving, but you don't get it back. At what point do you be like, nah, you cool. We gonna rock out with our culture. You know, we watering it down anyways. We don't want to go out like rock and roll, something else that we invented. You know what I'm saying? So I see both sides of it. But as far as him using the N-word, I'm gonna keep it all the way it being. I grew up with a lot of Latino friends, a lot of Puerto Rican friends. We call each other nigga all the time. It's because we all from the same spot. We from the same block. Like I be forgetting they Latino. I just look at them like they light skin. Honestly, I look at them like they light skin. And when we saying nigga, it ain't really nothing negative towards it. Like it ain't like we homies. We grew up in the same area. You get what I'm saying? We like in my eyes, we all niggas. You get what I'm saying? Like in my eyes, the way the world views us, we all niggas. So I see that side of it. But if it is, which I mean, you can kind of see the difference. You can tell the difference. You can feel the difference between Latinos and Mexicans and stuff like that when they say it, or if they're feeling a certain type way. So y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. This is an age old question. But I don't think hip hop treated him different because he was Latino. Like he trying to change the subject. We treated you different because there was rumors about you with a little girl. You was dissing people dead homies. We knew you was CB4 and you a rat. That's all the worst stuff you can think of as a rapper. You did all the worst stuff possible. What are we talking about? All right, so it's your boy Jet Ski G. If ain't nobody told you they love y'all, you know I love y'all. Get down in them comments. I want to hear y'all comments. We can go back and forth about some of these actually polarizing subjects because people will go to war over these subjects. All right, if anybody told you they love y'all, I love y'all. I'm out with y'all. 6ix9ine's a nut.